the Canadian Context number 27. Welcome back. Me and your host, Abigail.
Hi.
Today we're going to be talking. Hey, we're going to be talking about a little what if scenario and kind of theorizes about if the Conservatives won the federal election not this year, last year,
Mhm.
or no, it is this year. Sorry, actually,
Yeah, it was
I'm
this
wrong.
year.
It was this year. Frig. I just kind of talk about a little bit about immigration, stuff like that. That's
Yeah. So,
going on.
I personally don't think anything would be any better, regardless of who won.
Oh, most likely it would definitely be very similar, if not almost kind of the same situation right now.
Yeah.
At least as of right now, because they wouldn't, carbon tax would be gone for both. There's that.
Yeah.
Which is okay, cool.
So,
But
nothing changed there.
I do think though, in the long run, if the Conservatives did win, they would probably get rid of a few bills that the Liberals introduced, and like that one bill. What is it in 10ish years? 2030, 2033, something like that, where you were no longer allowed to buy gas cars in Canada.
2035.
They'd probably get rid of that.
Yeah.
Because they know it's just unrealistic, but I don't know.
Well, I think it is realistic because most brands are only selling electric cars now, except the sports cars.
Sorry, but here's the thing, though. We don't even have the finances to build the stuff to build that many cars.
Well, the
you would
cars
need
are
at least
built. The cars are built though. The companies are doing
yes,
it.
but the thing is, because they want to go full electric by 2035.
Yeah.
And it's not just with EVs, but in order to to sustain that, you need to have at least 10 more hydro dams or 10 more gas. What do you call those? Power station, petroleum based power. You know what I mean.
But here's the thing. We should all go electric because it is healthier and cheaper for everyone overall. But we could just keep saying, oh, it doesn't matter if you have gas or electric, and not setting a timeline like that, because then the conversion will never happen. You have to set that deadline for people to start actually pushing it. It's like procrastination. If there's no timeline, people will just not do it.
I would say the problem is that Canadians are we're highly taxed, and how we're going to afford this.
Yeah,
it's how do we come back?
Buying the car will be more expensive. Right now there is the rebate, but I mean, if you're buying a $70,000 car, you're not going to notice a $5,000 rebate. But in the long run, it's going to be cheaper because of the price of gas. Even without the carbon tax, it's still over $1.
Yeah.
So, like my dad who has his electric car, he says he spends on average $8 to $10 extra per month on the electricity bill to charge it. So, I think he's definitely saved a lot.
That's not necessarily the problem, though. It's just the problem is that majority of Canadians just can't afford to get by as it is right now. So how are we supposed to get the money for an electric car?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. But also, 10 years from now, almost everybody's car today will have to be replaced anyways.
Correct, but I also think in 10 years you won't be able to afford an electric car.
Yeah, it could just keep getting worse. But also, minimum wage is going up once every 6 months, so...
But then everything else goes up.
Yeah, it's a never-ending battle.
Yeah. Also, in order to build all those like hydro dams or stuff like that, that's going to take more than 10 years. A
Yeah.
lot more than 10 years.
Yeah.
So I can already see how it's going to go. If, let's just say, Liberals stay in for the next, how many terms would that be? Is it 3? About 3?
What, 3 terms? So
3
12
terms
years?
total. Yeah, 12 years, but I mean, like, 2 terms and then just 2 more years of just whatever of the next term. You know what I mean, right?
No.
No? Okay. Because, well, 2 terms is 4 years, right? Or 2
One
terms is
term.
8 years.
Yeah.
So 2 terms would be 8 years plus 2 more years. So you're going into the 3rd term.
You think liberals are going to stick around that long?
Well, I don't know. I kind of hope not, only because 3 terms of liberals has been pretty brutal so far.
This is our
I know,
4th term.
I know.
I
Wait,
mean,
what?
I don't know. I never really blame a party. I blame the individuals. So, it depends who is representing that party.
But the thing is, I can't necessarily blame just Mark Carney himself,
No,
because
it's never just
it's also
one
just
person.
Parliament.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
never
Parliament.
done alone. And that's why I also feel so bad for Trudeau, because everyone's blaming him. But he was only 1 vote out of the 300 and something. So, it's
Yeah,
not all him.
it's just he's just the face. That's all it is.
Exactly.
But it's also like, as party leader, you probably should be kept, maybe keep in check of what's going on in your own party instead of just the madhouse that was.
Yeah.
Which still is a madhouse.
But also, like, sure, everything sucks right now. Everything's expensive. But it's a global issue. No matter who we have as prime minister, it's gonna be the same thing. So we're just gonna have to wait for an economic collapse. That's the only way.
I don't know. The thing
Thanks,
is, too,
Trump.
it's like,
That's gonna happen even faster.
they're not really making the effort to try and help. That's the they're just kind of, what it feels like is that they're just waiting for it to collapse and then, oh, look, now we can help you guys. Ha ha ha.
But, okay, if you were in their shoes, what would you do to save the entire world from a recession?
Push for better, for Canada alone, I would probably push for more, let's spend our money more wisely and not, just put it towards us instead of, kind of useless things. You know what I'm talking about?
What would you consider useless that we've spent money on?
Well, sending money to other countries is kind of ridiculous, especially now. I know it's in their budget, they budget all this stuff out, but it's like, I mean, you could always just move the budget from, change the budget.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we're,
I get that. And I do think we should prioritize ourselves, but I also see where they're coming from. You have to help each other out. Because if we were in a situation, like if we were at war, we would want them to come to our rescue, right?
Yes, but look what the United States is doing. We help them with their wildfires, and then we back in return. We get tariffs in return.
That's just Trump. So once he's gone, hopefully it solves that. But also, you should know now, the entire world is against the States. It's him against the world.
True. Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah, we have to stick together.
It's just if I were in their shoes, I would just push for more logical solutions instead of it's I don't want to say it's wokeism, but and stuff like that. But that's what it looks like on the surface. They're trying to look better when they're just not doing anything about it.
Yeah, you summed up politics.
Yeah, that's true, especially nowadays.
But honestly, I don't know what I'd do to fix it. It's easy to say, spend money wisely, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we are spending money on building homes. We are.
Mm-hmm.
So The biggest issue, in my opinion, is immigration. It's not necessarily a
Yes,
spending issue, but
which I was gonna leeway into, but
yeah,
housing hasn't like housing production, like building houses has been the same since the 80s.
yeah. So that's why,
So
that's,
yeah,
yeah. So Carney did say he did share his housing plan, which I'm a big fan of. I love his plan. I don't know when it's starting or if it's going to start,
I
but
have
I
a
hope
feeling
it
it won't
does.
start at all. I just have a feeling like
That was his whole thing, though.
mm,
I don't know. He did win, so, and I know Canadians aren't stupid, so I trust
true.
that we picked the right person.
I know, and like I say this all the time, like as much as like I've told this to Abby multiple times, people, but like I was originally gonna like no, sorry, like so conservatives like they had this plan, like we were talking about this the other night. We're like, oh okay, so axe attacks, all this stuff, and Justin Trudeau was in power. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. He's probably gonna win.
Yeah.
But then Justin Trudeau did the almighty thing, and he stepped down, which is the biggest power play he could have done, and he probably did it. There's probably a little bit of him that was like, sure, like he was fed up of just doing it, but he's like, hey, I'm gonna be a team player right now and take one
Mm-hmm.
for the team, and because he knows without him, Pierre's whole entire plan is gonna go up in flames, and it did.
Yeah. He had no campaign after that. He had
Yeah, and I know,
nothing.
and I know conservatives are like, oh, but he was the better option, but still, like, what he should have done in that situation was make a new idea or like plan where it's like, okay, now that Justin Trudeau's gone, this is what I'm like. He probably could have pushed more, like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna save Canada, instead of just kind of axe attacks
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. Like it was, because Mark Carney said, "Oh, I'll just get rid of carbon tax too." So that was like, well, if he's gonna do that, then and you're most likely a more liberal person, you're probably just gonna vote for Mark Carney because he's doing what Pierre said he was gonna do.
And then Pierre tried to continue the whole axe the tax thing by getting in people's minds that Carney only set the tax to 0%. He didn't get rid of it completely. He's gonna bring it back, blah, blah, blah. And I heard so many people just like screaming at the top of their lungs, like, just wait, once he's in office, he's gonna hike it up again. Like, here we are. He's not hiking it
Yeah.
up. I knew he wasn't gonna hike it up. He only couldn't completely get rid of it because he didn't have a seat in Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had to actually vote him in. So then we did vote him in, and now the carbon tax is gone, and we're still getting the checks for it. So
Yes.
win-win.
Going back to immigration though, like, I know Canada is founded on immigration basically, but I think like I don't know if there's a way to fix it now because I think it's too late.
Yeah,
Like we already screwed up.
they're already here.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You can't really just get rid of them because then you're gonna look like literally we're gonna look like fascists.
Well, if they did it lawfully, we can't get rid of them once they're here.
That's true.
Right?
Lawfully, yeah.
You have to wait for their visas to expire.
Mm-hmm.
And there are many immigrants here with expired visas.
Mm-hmm.
So we
The
have to
problem is
find
though, is
them.
that they're trying to become citizens and they are doing it. But,
Yeah. But why? Like normally when you're going to a new country, you have dreams. You're like, I'm gonna go to this country and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this job. I'm gonna
mm-hmm.
meet the love of my life, and I'm going to be super successful and start a business or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like immigrants are just moving just for the sake of moving these days.
Right. Yeah.
They move to a new country and they don't do anything valuable.
That's true. Yeah, that's
right?
how the old system used to be based on. Is like you have to bring something to the table.
Yeah, at most they work at Tim Hortons. Other than that, like they don't work.
I know.
They don't. And then they buy our houses. So, local, and then
They
Canadians that
refuse
are
to
working,
join our,
they can't buy them.
and they refuse to kind of join our culture. Like, I guess you could
Yeah.
say, like,
That's probably, like, it's kind of insulting to me. Like, I
mm-hmm,
feel like sometimes I can't even just be myself in my own country.
mm-hmm.
Because now I'm a minority here.
And I know that it's not just Canada. I know UK's right now is dealing with a lot of
They're
there's
just
like
as
not
bad.
riots, but just as bad. And there's a lot of like public rallies just telling them to
Yeah.
send them home and stuff like that. And I think they're doing it in like other countries like Belgium, France, stuff like that.
Yep.
So I still think it's too late. Like, because you don't want to be that country that's like, well, we'll just kick them out. Because then you're going to look like terrible people.
But I think if every single country agrees to just kick them out, we're okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's at the same level.
It's
Because
true.
it's actually really bad. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not against immigration, and we need immigration, but it's bad. And it's not just that they're taking in too many, but they're taking in people who should not be qualified to move to our country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
And I don't know if there's a fix because we'll probably be dead by the time the fix is in
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, we will be. That's why I'm learning Dutch and I will move over there.
Thing is, though, I have a feeling it's probably going to be so similar.
Yeah, I mean, you're screwed wherever you go. But I
Yeah.
know over there, I know I have so much more family over there than I do here.
Mm-hmm.
So at least I'll be happy around all of them. And also, you can go to a different country on the weekend. And I love that. I'll be able to
Mm-hmm.
actually enjoy moments away from my life. And they have better work life balance and benefits over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, gotta look at that.
Um, Going back to the that like original like 2030 bill or whatever. Is it 2030 or is it 2035?
2035.
2035. So it's 2035 bill that's for EV stuff. Do you think this is me? Okay, so I think it should just be optional for Canadians to get either electric or gas. It's just up to them. It doesn't matter. And maybe by 2035, maybe okay, push for more EVs and push for more like fully green, but still have that option for Canadians. Like if you're on a budget, you know what I mean? Like something like that.
I don't know. Because again, if you give the option, the change is never gonna happen. And I still think in the long run, we should go electric.
I just think though, but like the problem is too, is that as humans, we have been using petroleum and oil and all this stuff. We've been using this for 40 plus, like even longer, actually, 80 plus years. And it's like, how do you change from that to electric in like 2 seconds? Because we've only had like proper electrical like plants and stuff like that for like early, like, like 10 years ago, maybe. I don't know. This is just me spitballing. Could be, it's probably longer, but you know what I mean? Like actual advanced, like electrical power plants and stuff like that.
The change is already happening. I see tons of
Yeah.
electric vehicles every day compared to 5 years ago. So I
Mm.
think, yeah, by the time it's 2035, I feel like most people will have an electric vehicle. I probably will.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you're trying to keep up with the times,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, within the next 5 years, yeah, start looking at an electric vehicle because gas cars are going to go obsolete. And you don't want to be stuck with a gas car in the year 2035 where the next gas station is 50 kilometers away. Right?
Yeah, but I think there's also like just make EVs more affordable instead of
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily, it's not like production that's making it expensive. It's just dealerships that are just marking it up because they can.
Yeah. Yeah. Because for some reason they're considered luxury vehicles. But once they're the norm, once everyone has an electric vehicle, it's no longer going to be considered a luxury. So, yeah. But also, EVs, they range anywhere from $50,000 to $70,000. And I see brand new gas cars going for that too. So,
oh yeah,
is it really that
more
expensive? Not really. It depends what you get.
I don't know.
But you also get that rebate. So, in the end, you're spending the same right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, too, I also think that just the government is. They're pushing this at the wrong time. Like
during a recession.
Right now, yeah, like we're on the brink of recession, basically, and
it is a recession.
No, I've not met one Canadian that's happy with how things are in Canada right now. So I think maybe, honestly, maybe not 2035, maybe 2040.
The thing is, they're not making the push right now.
No, but
they're just saying 10 years from now, you're going to have to start buying electric vehicles. But if you buy a gas car in 2034, you're good and you can still drive your gas car until 2040 or 2045.
But this is just my point of view. It seems like they're just kind of like, oh, but we're going green by 2035 instead of fixing all the problems right now. That's what it seems like. They're just pushing this. They're like, don't worry, we'll be good in like 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, also, you should know we're one of the last countries to make this push. And a lot of other countries, especially in Europe, have set their deadline to 2030. And they're almost there. Like when we went to London, people are charging their cars in the lampposts on the street.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. Just like they've been working towards. And they're also in a recession. And they're doing it. So.
Here's the thing, too, though. EVs aren't going to solve the problem. We know this, right?
No.
We all know this? Okay.
No, but
EVs don't really... Go ahead.
Still, long term, I think it'll be cheaper for people.
Yes, and yeah, that's true.
So it's not just that, but
the whole
I think, especially countries like China and India, they need to prioritize electric vehicles because they can't even breathe the air because of how much pollution there is.
But that's not from cars. That's mainly just from all the factories they freaking have. Yeah.
But cars are a small percentage, and we're all going to do our part if you want our grandkids to see the sun one day.
Sure. I think, though, maybe instead of pushing EVs, push more for just better, less fossil fuel, or not just from factories, because they are the number one polluter right now. Correct? I'm assuming. Push for more advanced technology being used in factories, because when being in I've been in a steel mill before, and it's a lot of it's old stuff. It's old technology. They're not really
But
it's not clean.
What technology could you use to make steel other than polluting the air? Because I don't know if it's possible.
For steel, though, that's okay. You know what? You do bring up a good point. I was just talking about the general conditions of factory, but unless they find another way to I feel here's the thing. I don't know if it's because of a money thing, and it probably is, but they're not really researching ways to hey, let's figure out ways to not pollute the air.
No. Well, they don't really care.
Exactly. As long as the money's going into their pocket, that's all they care about.
But that's why the carbon tax was a thing, because it was supposed to mostly affect these factories. But it also affected us. But that's why we got the carbon checks, to make up for it. It was just to make the factories pay more for polluting. that was the whole thing. It's not about
Mm-hmm.
cars, it's about the factories. And I think lots of people misunderstood. I think everyone thought it was to push us to go electric, but no. The carbon tax was targeted at factories. And if they were polluting a certain amount, they have to pay a fine of some sort. Don't remember what it is, but I learned it in my atmospheric pollution class in second year. Anyways, yeah.
I just think though that with the tax, that was probably the wrong way of pushing it.
Yeah, but also don't forget, we're all human. We all make mistakes. I don't
Mm-hmm.
expect any politician to be perfect as long as they had the right idea. I appreciate that. But it doesn't always work
Mm-hmm.
out, but it's been sorted now. It's been fixed.
Yeah.
It's just inflation now. But that you can't fix. That's just natural. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Being Canadian, it's like honestly, like almost every day, I'm thinking like, how can we come back from this? Like, how do you fix this?
Oh
How
my
like
gosh. We're in such one of the most expensive countries in the world. And I was looking at traveling to Quebec for 4 days, and it's going to be a $1,500 trip to go to Quebec for 4 days. That's how much we
that's
paid to go to
ridiculous.
London.
You may as well just go to another country.
I'm going back to London. I'm not going to Quebec for 4 days for the same amount. The train to go there was $700 return. To fly, an hour-long flight, $1,000 from
Jeez.
Toronto to Quebec City. Our flight to London was less. Like, and that was with Porter Airlines, the cheapest one.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, our country.
That's another thing too, is that when you're a Canadian citizen, your tax like, and I'm sure nobody I'm sure everyone will agree with me on this. You don't see where your tax is going. It doesn't feel like it's like going towards anything.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if something happens to us, we can go to the hospital for free. Unless you take an ambulance or unless you stay in a private room.
Yeah.
For some reason, we have to pay for an ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
I'd hate to be airlifted anywhere.
Oh yeah, that'd be expensive.
Yeah. But I am very, very thankful we have free healthcare. Because I can't imagine like living in the States and you break something and you're just like, I guess I'm just gonna have to suffer in pain for a couple weeks because I'm not spending $50,000 for a cast.
Yeah.
It's a genuine, I genuinely feel bad for them, and sometimes it actually pisses me off that there's people down there that are happy you have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you'd be happy to pay unless you're rich.
I mean, your insurance pays for it, but then you gotta pay for your insurance.
Exactly, that's an extra monthly cost, and I've seen health insurance costing hundreds of dollars a month. It's not cheap, especially if you have medical issues. Yeah. But not everybody has that.
Mm-hmm.
And insurance doesn't even cover everything all the time.
No, it doesn't.
Usually they have a deductible, so you have to pay $1,000 before they'll cover anything. So if you have a $500 checkup, that's on you. Right? Not fun.
No, it never is.
No. Anyways, I'm gonna stop complaining.
Yeah.
We should end it off.
Yeah, that's enough. I'm already miserable enough as it is living.
Yeah, good talk. Good talk. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in this week.
Yes, thank you guys. Take it easy, as always.
Yep, and we'll see you in the next one.